Welcome to Table Talk Friday, your weekly dose of D&D banter between three men in a bedroom. If you like their style, come back every Friday for another upload. Now, back to the boys.
Seth, I'm traumatized. We've already talked about Baldur's Gate 3 in the past.
Yeah, a
but
lot.
It has leached into my soul at this point. I think I wake up every morning and I think I could be playing Baldur's Gate, but I don't want to because it's terrible. But it could be good. And then I'll watch a clip on the tubes about some really cool goddamn thing that somebody's doing. It's like, I can't believe this guy dies in this one scene. And I watch it, I go, oh, that's really cool. It's fun. I bet I could do that, but I won't. But I won't do it. I could turn the game on. I had to uninstall it to get some of it out of my head. I could reinstall this game. I could start playing, but I won't. I won't get the cool bits because it's not fun. But why is it not fun when it looks so cool? I don't understand.
I don't feel your pain because I do like the game, and I get the urge to jump back in all the time. I'm like,
the dark urge.
Yeah, well, I haven't done that run yet, so it'll happen eventually. But I think about it all the time. I think, I could just jump back in and play another 100 hours of this game. But I don't because I have other things on my list to do, like play Pokemon shit, and I'm not going to go into it. But I know, I feel your pain. What I'm happy about, even though you did give up on continuing your Baldur's Gate journey, I am happy that, one, you have a point of reference now, and two,
That's true.
Can look up the important story bits and fun parts and be like, oh, I understand now. You know?
True. Yeah. I appreciate that I can have a nice conversation now. I'm like, oh, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Lae'zel, yeah, that's what she looks like. Makes perfect sense. I understand. I'm getting the bills, I get the campsite and all blah, 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 blah. But man, my heart is aching, bro. My achy heart. Achy, breaky heart, dude.
That's a crazy callback you just did there.
And so after, 20 hours, and I'm still watching clips, I'm seeing all kinds of new stuff. I'm still only halfway through the sex scenes. So I don't even know what I'm doing. I should have jumped right to those.
Yeah,
but
no.
They're okay. They're all right.
They have a lot of websites for those, a lot of them. But,
oh, yeah?
You
should put them in the description or in patreon.com.
I'll throw it over on patreon.com. So, funny thing about Baldur's Gate, I actually, how I was sending you in Tomodachi Life, how I made you in the game?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I made that. I also went ahead and I made Lae'zel in Tomodachi Life. I made a me, and something you can do that you couldn't do on like the Wii and on the 3DS is you can actually put face paint on them. So I put all of her little brown marks around her eyes and forehead and everything, and I made a very accurate looking Lae'zel. And so she's been around the island. She's actually friends with you. And then I also made Galandon and Schmidt. Just like my version of them. So I made them both in there as well. So they're all living on the island with Seth, little Seth, of course, Drew, Gabby, Sponge Boy, Slender Man.
Classic Sponge Boy.
Yeah, Sponge. Oh, and he has a muscle suit on, so he's a big muscular sponge.
No way.
Yeah,
really?
I'll have to send you a picture or something. Oh my god! And I actually got some really funny clips because you can add like kind of Mad Libs what they say. And so one of the things they were like, oh, I really want to go talk to. Like Seth really wants to go talk to Gabby. What should they talk about? And I'm like, oh, they should talk about spending my money. Is what I said. And so they walk up. They're like, hey, would you like to talk about spending my money? It's like, oh my god, I'm a professional at spending my money. Like, how long have you been spending my money? So stuff like that. So I go up to this little restaurant at one point, and it's me, you're me, and someone else sitting at a table. And you go, guys, there's something I'd like to tell all of you. And I'm like, oh, what's Drew gonna say? And then so I pause for a second, and he goes, I think I'd like to try out professional spending my money. And
that killed you.
I took a video of it, so of when he did it, like, because you can do clips on the Switch. So I took a video of it and put it on there, and I also added Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid in there because I was doing that line that's like, "Don't call me, don't come over to my house, we're done." Whenever he tells Greg that in the movie, and so I was kind of obsessed with that for the past like week or two. I even sent it to Chase through text message the other day. I just sent him that clip from the movie.
What is this lineup that we have going? Rowley, Sponge Boy,
yeah, Slenderman,
Sponge Boy. Where are you getting these people?
Sponge Boy and Slenderman are in love.
No, I mean that makes perfect sense. Totally, I wasn't questioning that in the slightest. Where is this lineup coming from? Did you randomly generate this? Did what's ever come in your mind?
No, I'm just deciding. Oh, I want to make Rowley in here, and then I make him. And so I go to the creator, and I spend the 10 minutes. I look up. I have a picture of his actor up on my phone, and I was just making his me.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to try some new games, man. I'm gonna try some new games. Slay the Spire, whatever this game is. It's get me in a mood to try some new stuff.
You would save a lot of money and probably get. Sean has put 100 hours into Slay the Spire 2, and it's only $20. It's a $20 game. Like, and even okay, if you want to try Slay the Spire, but you don't, I know you don't have a computer to play it while it's in early access till it goes to consoles and stuff. The mobile version of Slay the Spire 1 exists, and that's where I learned to play the first one, and it's very similar. I mean, you would understand everything we're talking about. You just wouldn't be able to play with us.
Okay.
So, and I think it's like $5 to $10 on the phone. So, like,
oh god, money. It's all about money. I don't got no burrito money, man. We talked about this. No burrito money.
Patrick was like, yeah, I don't know if I can afford it. And I was like, dude, it's a $20 game. You can afford it, I promise.
I refuse. I refuse to afford this $20 game. I could save it up for the next Doom. I think it's coming out in the next 5 years.
The next Baldur's Gate.
No, I won't be buying the next Baldur's Gate. I absolutely will not be doing that.
The next game Larian Studios is making is Divinity, which fits in like their own CRPG world. And I will be playing that one. I have the first Divinity 1 and 2 downloaded. I just haven't played them because I'm like, well, I could just play more Baldur's Gate.
But why do that when I don't think I've told you this, Seth.
Yeah.
I just hit level 69 in Pokemon Go.
You did tell me this.
I did. Just hit it a couple days ago. I'm feeling great.
You told me you were about to
hit the world. Yeah, but I hit it now. And I'm grinding through. I'm also coming up on my milestone of 100,000 Pokemon caught in Pokemon Go.
Oh my god. 100,000? That's actually crazy. We should throw a party for that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about it. I think it would be so fun to hit 100K and be like, guys, I caught 100K fake imaginary monsters. Let's have some food or whatever it may be.
So I actually do have 2 big bits of Pokemon news that I'm not gonna go on for 20 minutes about Pokemon because I have a topic right after this. But I have
but an exclusive post show, perhaps, all about Pokemon, which I'm sure all of our listeners are here for.
I am 70 hours into playing Pokemon Champions, dude. I am
oh my god
70 hours into it, and I have 2 bits of news. The one news is I got all the way up to 12,000 rating. 12,000.
That's insane.
Now, mind you, that there are over 400,000 like active users of this thing. So I made it up to 12,000. So I was like up there, really, right? That's pretty good for my first month ever playing competitive Pokemon. Pretty good. I then decided I'm doing really good at this game. You know what's awesome? What I should do? I should try to make my own teams instead of copying popular teams and like trying to do stuff. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to make my own teams. And so I took my favorites and I added them and I made like little renditions of them that are pretty good, like comparable to what you see a lot. And I was like, this is going to be perfect. And I went straight down to number 190,000 over the course of 2 days. So now I'm clawing my way back up. I went back to the old team I made, except I switched up a couple of things I found were working for me. So it is still my own team. It's like it's kind of my own team, right? Like I copied a little bit, but it's not perfect. Anyways,
but it's not the meta.
It's not the meta. I'm playing Mega Venusaur and Charizard Y and Floette are the meta right now. But so it's not the meta, but I'm climbing my way back up. I'm just about to crest back over 100,000 and go back up. And I have 5 more days in this season. I want to get back up to like top 20,000 or above. So, but anyways, I hit the point of 12,000, which is pretty impressive for month number 1 of ever doing that.
Definitely.
And clawing my way back up. I went on a 6 win streak earlier that was like, okay, I can take a break. Other thing is I did play in the first like global tournament that happened this weekend in the game, and I placed in the top 30,000 out of over 400,000 participants. So that was pretty good.
That's pretty good. Okay.
I was like, okay. I think my goal was just to go positive, and there was a point where I was like, oh, I'm like 9-4. I'm doing great. And then I got to 9-8, and then I got to 11-9. And then
you can't look at the ratios, man. You can't do it.
I was 9, and I was like, man, 9-4. I'm doing so good. I could just quit now. And then I got all the way to I was 11-9. I was like, I'm horrible at this game. This is the worst thing in the world. I've lost 7 games in a row. This is awful. And then I eventually got to 13-12, and I had 20 more games I was available to play with after that. Like, you can keep playing. And I was like, I'm happy with my placement right now. I don't need to fight for more. I'm done. And so I went positive. I went 13-12 wins and losses.
Hey, there you go. That means someone else went negative. Good for you, man.
That means a lot of people went negative.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, it seems like the top players were just saucing people, because if I was 13-12 and in the top like 10%, That means the bottom
They're
90%.
absolutely
That means the bottom 90% were all like winning a couple games and losing the rest.
It's just a wallop fest, is what it is. Everyone's getting a wallop.
Yeah.
Jeez, I couldn't do it.
It was fun.
I'm telling you, man, you cannot look at your streaks. You can't look at your like your kill rates, your
Yep.
KDs, anything like that. Just ignore it. In Hunt Showdown, I turned off my MMR. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at my KD because at the end of the day, I'll look at it. It's like, oh, this is how I'm kind of doing. Okay, cool. But if you look, you just start dying. Your Pokemon start going down. You can't do it. It doesn't work.
And I found that Mega Venusaur really is like my guy. I was not vibing with it at first, but that does take me into the topic I wanted to bring up to you today, Drew, because I feel like getting out of your comfort zone is a good thing. And I was reading a post earlier today about someone who only plays the same wizard, basically, with different feats, different race, but the same character, basically, over and over and over again, just plays wizard. Only wizard, and they basically play the same character over and over again. And I was like, that does seem like a new character territory, but I wanted to talk to you about playing the same types of characters, or I would even go out of my way to say similar archetypes. So like I'm always a roguish character, you know what I mean? Or like always playing a full caster, never getting out of that comfort zone. I wanted to bring up comfort zones with you today in the realm of D&D. So you're well versed in playing many different types of characters. What do you think about this phenomenon?
See, I was really hoping you were going to say we were going to cover Mega Evolving in D&D, and
that's coming up.
Like Mega Evolve with Paladin. Okay, that will be next week. Okay, I got you. Comfort zones in D&D. I guess if I had to classify myself into one, kind of get that personal connection here. I think for a while I was playing sort of the morality character. I was playing that good, morally aligned guy that was he's always making good decisions, even if he was a little chaotic at times. He was always making the decisions to, better the world, better the party, blah blah blah. However, I could take that back because the campaign that you were not a part of, Theros, I played quite literally an evil character.
Nice.
And loved the hell out of it. It was very fun. It was a great way to step outside of my comfort zone. Look at that segue. Beautiful. But I do find myself wanting and yearning to play, I guess, the same couple classes. But I always make sure to pick something different in long-term campaigns.
Yeah.
But if it's a couple one-offs in a row, maybe I do pick a fighter twice in a row. Maybe I do play a couple clerics, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the idea that someone plays a wizard in several campaigns in a row, always playing, I don't know, an abjuration wizard, right? Every single time. I can't imagine why you'd want to do that. Why would you always want to play the same personality, the same arc, fight the bosses with the same style? The whole point of D&D is to be really creative and do whatever you want to do. So why would you want to play the same character over and over and over? That makes zero sense to me whatsoever.
Now, I have a question for you, in that are there any archetypes you haven't tried yet? I know the answer.
Archetypes?
Or like maybe even just a class you haven't tried.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. The one class that comes to mind. See, there's two classes.
You're gonna say Warlock.
I'm gonna say Warlock. I'm gonna say Warlock. I've never done the whole I'm indebted to this patron or Patreon. I don't know, or something like that.
Patreon.com/TablesTalkFriday.
Just throwing it out there. But no, I have never played a Warlock type, right? That has packed himself, been eternal servitude, and hell, I think I've played Warlock once now. I played it once just to say that I did it, and I don't think it was great. It was fine, which is weird because I feel like everybody plays Warlock, everyone likes Warlock, and it's one of the most multi-classed options in the D&D universe.
That's what I was gonna say. It's one of the most compatible, along with like Bard, Rogue, Fighter, as like a sorcerer even. Very good at multi-classing, and that's a good thing. You can pick up a level at a 3 in Warlock and be like, "Oh, that's good. I'm good."
Which I guess I have a lot of comfort. You're bringing me to therapy here. I guess I do have some other comfort zones because there are some classes that I kind of look down on. Right? I'm like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to do that. If someone brings up the idea of playing in Warlock, I get sad. Like I don't want to go through and pick. I think I have gotten quite literally comfortable in my own zone. I've made my own zone and I'm just kind of in it. I'm in my own little bubble, right? Which I still try lots of new things, but usually they're within my realm of what I like to play. I found my play style, if you will. I always play a support character because why would you do anything else, right? Obviously, support characters are the best. And then usually I lean on things like barbarians, clerics, rogues, right? But I think of bard, or worse, multi-classing. I want to throw up. I want to throw up. Why would you complicate D&D? Just roll your dice, count your numbers, and be happy with your single class. Why would you want to be 2 classes? You know how hard it is to keep track of just one artificer? Now you have to be an artificer and a warlock? Absolutely not. I refuse.
It's funny because
I
do feel like 3 of the 5 of you guys multi-class every time.
I refuse. I did it once and it was great. I did it. I stepped out of my comfort zone. Never again.
I've only done a little bit of multi-classing, but I normally do stick to my lane too. Now I'll throw in a couple of levels every now and then. Like it'll be like, I think I threw in when I was Galandon, I threw in a few levels of Rogue so I could get cunning action because I was doing a lot of sneaking and hiding in Curse of Strahd.
Okay.
And then I'll throw in some levels of Sorcerer or Fighter here and there, but honestly, I don't really do any creative multi-classes to like find a combo or anything. I feel like that's what like Sean and Zach will do. They'll find that exact combo and go, oh, if I take the time to do this, it'll be busted. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, go for it. But then I get to have the time where I played Gene and he was a high level cleric. And I just got to fly around on a flying broom, just raining fire down on enemies, casting like flame strikes and stuff. And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done.
It's because you're a cleric, man. I'm telling you. You got to step outside of your comfort zone and play more clerics.
Cleric was outside my comfort zone. I normally play like a in-between character where it's like, oh, I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'll do a little bit of melee, but then I'll also do like some nice little spells here and there to flash to like make it cooler. But then playing that full caster, oh my god, that was awesome.
Do you find yourself, I guess you don't play a whole lot of D&D, but do you lean yourself more into playing casters or marshals?
Oh, I definitely lean more into playing casters no matter whether I'm doing martial with the caster or not. Like I think last time before playing Gene, I played in a one-off that one of you guys ran. I played a bard who was a martial bard.
Oh. What is that? College of Swords?
Yeah. Yeah, it was something like that. And
something like that.
Yeah, I remember I was playing a farmer who had like a rake or something like that he fought with. I don't know if you remember this, but I quite literally like blew up the rake because I cast like a booming blade or something like that with it.
Oh, that was, I think I ran that. I think it was the Cosmic Mystery. It was the...
Oh, yeah.
You guys had to stop the space worms from tearing holes right after the whole spell was cast and space and time was being ripped apart.
I played a martial bard there and that was super fun. Yeah, I think whenever I do play, I tend to lean towards a roguish archetype. I think that's something I've always done, of playing a character who is a little bit more like creative and sneaky, and I always play something that has to do with dex. Now but the first character I ever played was a monk, and I have a soft spot in my heart for monks. But I haven't really played a monk since. So I always think about playing monk, and I played a monk in Baldur's Gate, and that was awesome. But yeah, I haven't played it since, and I want that to be my forever class, but it's not.
So let's take it a step further. Let's connect to this prompt you're reading, or this, whatever the story was, this post. The guy said he played wizard for years, forever. If you had to pick, I want you to you can close your eyes.
Oh, I like this.
If you had to pick one character that I guess I was gonna say that you have played, but I guess it could be anybody. If there's any character you could play forever, who would it be? And just think about it. Just stew in it. Tell me your thoughts about how you'd feel playing them forever.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled broadcast to tell you about patreon.com/Table Talk Friday, where you can get post shows from the boys every single week. Sometimes they talk about their personal lives, sometimes they talk about gaming, and sometimes the conversation just continues where it left off. So go check out patreon.com/Table Talk Friday now. Oh, okay. So the hard part here is my favorite character I've ever played was Gene. He was so much fun.
Really?
I
Okay.
I played him like post all kinds of experiences. My first time jumping into back into D&D in a long time. Session 1, I'm sitting here playing them and I'm like, it's just D&D. Like, I'm not even feeling super into it. By session 2 of me playing Gene, I was like, this is the best character I ever made. I'm like, this is so much fun. This is perfect. I'm so excited. I love that character. I've never felt so equally so invincible and powerful, but also so supportive to the rest of the cast, where I'm like, I've got a bless up on everybody and flame strike. I've got this going on, but also I'm going to full heal you. Like, by far my favorite character that I've played. I think if
Your
I had
class is what I'm hearing. Your class.
I think objectively, speaking perfectly objectively, I think cleric is probably the best class because there is so much outside. There is so much you can do with it. Like all of your arguments you made 3 years ago in the favorite classes episode, they were all so true because I've played the cleric now and I've seen the light.
And no one listened, but you know it's true now. I broke through to you.
If I could finally play a character and like play it and be like, you know what, I'm stuck here. I think I'm going back to Elijah and I'm playing a ranger.
I freaking knew. I knew.
Dude,
I knew it.
I think I'm doing it. I'm going back and I'm just going to play a ranger because ranger, I don't care how powerful it is. It doesn't have to be powerful. All I care about is that I can do really cool stuff with magic and with hitting people and it actually works. Like I can do Zephyr Strike and I can just get to someone, they have disadvantage on hitting me, but I have advantage on my next attack and I have like super movement for that turn. Super cool. I just love Ranger in everything that it is as a class. I just wish they would write it well or like actually balance it. You know what I mean? Because it always feels just a little too weak.
I think there are a couple classes like that off the top of my head, and it's a shame. I think they've gotten better over time, especially with Tasha's and things like that. But I want to pull you back into Elijah a little bit here.
Okay.
How long do you think you could play Elijah before you're like, please, for the love of God, tear up this sheet. I have to play anybody else. How long in D&D could you play Elijah before you lost your mind or stopped playing the game?
Ooh, that's
your favorite character.
That is a rough question. I think I could play Elijah for campaign length, and then I need something new.
So you don't think you could do a second campaign?
I think I could for like the first like dozen sessions, right? I'm like, okay, I mean, it's fine. I'm good. Would I go back to level 1? Like I'm playing the same character?
No, I think you're playing the exact same character. If you go into campaign 2, you are level 20 Elijah.
Just still doing the same thing?
Just forever.
I'd feel
it could be a entirely different story, completely different module, but you are level 20 Elijah.
I don't think I could do it, man. I think I can play one campaign. I think I could do one campaign. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I think I could squeeze 2. I think I could squeeze 2 absolute max. Like I really enjoyed this one character and I get to do it again. But you'd have to be burnt out by halfway through the second one.
A class that is suited for that is actually things like cleric, things like druid, because you can change all your spells. So you at a drop of a hat, you can just change all your spells. So like those classes that prepare their spells and they have their whole catalog, you can play those characters over and over again and choose completely different spells and be like, you know what, I'm gonna try something new today, and do all of those. I think I can make myself last 2 campaigns with one of those classes. But yeah, specifically with Elijah, with a character that I played for 2 sessions and then we never played him again. Yeah, I could probably play that one for 1 campaign.
Do you feel like you might be locked? This is actually perfect segue from the Pokemon conversation earlier, where you let off the gas on the meta, playing your own thing, and you started to suffer. Do you feel like if you were level 20 Elijah for 40 sessions in a row, or I shouldn't say Elijah, let's say Elijah's a cleric for whatever reason, or a druid, right? He can swap his spells to that point. Do you feel like you could swap your spells drastically, or do you feel like you'd have to pick the same kind of ones because you might die to 3 ancient dragons that show up because you're level 20? Like, what if you cast, or what if you're stuck with, knock and create water and bane, and you have no damage spells? Guiding bolts,
sacred flame,
right? I mean, yeah, you're really gonna do great damage. It is 46 by then, so you're really killing it. But
roll all ones.
Oh man, I'm actually getting a little bit of heartache. It's kind of the idea that I could never get the opportunity again to start anew, to try a new type, a new class, a new person, right?
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's just horrible. But in the same sense, I think one of the biggest struggles for people in D&D is not getting to play long enough, not getting to develop their characters, right? People that don't get to play as frequently as we do or have
It
this
is a
solid of
rare
group.
breed to have a party go for a whole campaign. It is very rare to make it through your whole story. And we've done it twice now. Well, we've done it many times with all of our different stories, but like twice fully, and now going on a third one. And then all of these little like 10 to 20 session campaigns we've done too. So like it's crazy to be able to experience all of that.
But to take your hood off and to think about it from the other side, which is people that never get to play or don't get to play enough, the question like this, they may be extremely happy to play the same wizard for 15 years.
That's actually something my wife did a couple of times where like she had this character made with a group of people when she was in school and played like 2 or 3 sessions, and then they all didn't play anymore, and then brought it into another group, played for 1 or 2 sessions, and then didn't use it again, and then made the same character in Baldur's Gate and played a whole campaign.
Well, I actually like that angle, and I'm gonna say that it's very different because we endure long-term campaigns.
Yeah.
So you're playing 120 sessions, blah 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 blah, right? But I do like the idea if you're running. Let's say you don't get to play a lot at all. Maybe this is your wife's situation where she plays 2 sessions here and then 2 sessions another thing, and then 3 years later it's 1 more, right? I actually like the idea that you can salvage that character and then bring them back to life and go, I never got to do what I wanted to do.
Yep.
Here's my next shot.
That's going to be with me with Elijah.
I love that. And you will. And as soon as you get Elijah, I'm going to get Simoon back, dude. I want to play Simoon
As
so
soon
bad.
as Zach runs another 3-session campaign, I will do it.
I kind of love the idea because he keeps swapping settings. That the next time he starts one, we all just play the same characters from the last one. Like, okay,
That was
we're gonna
so
play these.
funny.
We don't tell him either. We show him as the same characters.
Man.
He's already had the opportunity to develop a little bit.
Let's talk about Zach for a second, all right? He always starts these. He gets me so excited. I spend all my time making this character that I'm ready to spend at least 20 sessions with, right? I'm like, ooh, I'm going to make something really cool. And then we sit down and we play session 1 and I go, that was awesome. That was so cool. We all got introduced to this crazy new setting. I got my arms cut off, something like that. And I'm all in. I'm like bought in. I'm like, I'm so ready to experience this story. And then Zach goes, hey guys, I'm not going to be able to do it this week. And then we go, oh, it's okay. We'll pick it up next week. And then it gets to the next week and he's like, hey guys, I'm not going to be able to do it. We're like, oh, we'll run a one-off this time. Okay, cool. No big deal. Next one. Hey Zach, are we going to play more of Ghost of Saltmarsh? I just don't know if I can do it. Okay, well, it's fine, buddy. I'll run a campaign. And then we don't get to play it again. Zach, I hope you're listening.
Listen,
I want to play Elijah.
You're absolutely correct. I think Zach is the most evil amongst us at the table.
Yep.
Because he absolutely does get you hyped up to play and then rips the rug out from underneath you.
Glitch 99?
But I know. But here's the thing, though. I think that also makes Zach one of the absolute goats.
Yep.
Because every time, I know for a fact when he runs this next thing, we're not going to go further than a couple sessions.
No.
Right? I know
maybe 3.
it's going to go. But I'll still pour my heart out into that character. And for the 4 sessions we get to play, I have an absolute blast.
Yep.
Like, he pulls me in every time in the little time that we have in these sessions. So I think he's a goat. I think he's actually a goat in immersion.
Yeah, I think he does a great job of that. And it's because I think he spends a lot of time working up those first few sessions and studying them and making sure they're perfect, right? That he can't continue to do that. Like, you have to, if he's going to keep doing it at the same quality, he's going to have some give. I think he takes so much time setting it up so that it's perfect, getting voices down for each character. He's an actor, right? Like, getting his voices down for each character, getting every single little detail set up, guiding us through this perfect thing, knowing his characters in and out, that he can't keep going because he runs out of energy, he burns out. And
so he's just straight up divine smiting us with all of his spell slots in the first 2 sessions.
Exactly. He runs out of spell slots and he doesn't get a long rest. And that's the crazy thing about me is I'm a monk. I only need a short rest. I get all my key points back. Yeah. And so that's the difference. And I love the sessions that Zach runs. They're some of my favorite times in D&D. Glitch and 99 are down in history as some of the greatest characters that have ever D&D'd.
How many sessions did we get with them? Like, what, 5?
It probably like 5 or 6, yeah.
I still think about them all the time.
I still think about them all the time. I still think of Eberron as my favorite setting, having only lived in it for 6 sessions.
It was good. Okay. I'm jumping around a whole lot, but I'm having big boy thoughts, and we're going deep here. Are you upset at all that the group decided for campaign 3 not to play your favorite setting?
Oh, not at
Eberron?
all. Not at all.
Really?
Do you know the amount of
Okay.
studying I was going to have to do to learn all of Eberron?
Very fair.
I was
Take a
down.
long time.
I was like, you know what? Eberron would be cool to run. I read up on it. I watched some videos, and I was like, okay, I feel like I could competently run Sharn. I could competently run the Mornlands. A couple of things like getting you guys going into them. Okay, I think I'm good here. But I did have a sigh of relief when everybody said, because I put in the votes. I was like, all right, the day the sky went missing, the day the gods went silent. Those are our 2 campaign settings. And I was like, choose which theme you like. And everybody chose Forgotten Realms. And I was like, oh, thank God. I already know all of these things. I already know all of these characters. I don't have to study. I can just Google the names that I forgot and then I'll remember. And it allowed for a lot of freedom on my part to like really mess around with some of the setting again, really play around with characters we already had established and bring them back. So it gave a little bit of continuity to something that we didn't have before. So you guys are back in the same setting a little bit in the future, place you didn't really experience in your last campaign, right? You didn't experience the Forgotten Realms hardly at all, except for in maybe a 10 session like stint that you were on the surface. And the rest of the time you were in hell. So
It's true. That is
so
true.
I'm very happy that we now get to go and explore all of this northern part, this tiny little area on the map. But like you guys are gonna spend like 15 sessions here. And then after that, I'm thinking, as long as everyone's alive, you succeed, that you'll actually get to explore some of these places 30, 40 years after your first campaign, which is cool. And also reflecting Storm King's Thunder, where you guys traveled from all the way north, all the way south, and then went around and did things. A lot of you guys have hometowns around there. You have lore and story bits you want me to bring up, and you have a whole idea of a campaign in your head. You know the title, but you don't know what's going on in any of the world right now because of that. So it's time to figure that out as soon as you can actually communicate with the outside world.
I'm hearing a lot of talk here, Seth. It might be that you're stuck in your comfort zone here, perhaps. Maybe you're just afraid to step out into a new setting.
That's crazy.
That's right. That's right. Full circle.
I took you to fucking space.
Forget about that. That didn't happen.
I took you to space.
Quite literally went to the moon. But
what is it? The that whole
cool.
area at the end, the doors place, Planescape place is.
Sigia,
Oh yes,
Sigil.
Sigil. Yeah, Sigil is right there. We have all of Sigil to explore at some point.
And we were there for like 30 seconds too. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, we're gonna explore that probably after the 1 to 5. I think do a little bit of that and then come back into the campaign.
Oh, okay, I see. So you didn't tell me that. You didn't give a little sneak peek foreshadowing before this. Okay, I might have to leak that to the boys.
Oh yeah, you're gonna leak it. You're gonna send a text right now.
I might go leak. I am kind of a Facebook hacker. I tend to get into Messenger and then send some cryptic messages out.
I have some info for you. And maybe some leaked information. Did you know over at patreon.com/tabletalkfriday, you can hang out with Good Old Gamer and Rochelle?
Good Old Gamer and Rochelle?
Yep. Over on patreon.com/tabletalkfriday, where we do our exclusive post shows every single week. That's right. 20 to 30 more minutes of us talking, usually not even about D&D. Sometimes it is, but usually it's about other random stuff going on in our lives.
Definitely not Pokemon most of the time.
It's okay. The last month it has been a lot of Pokemon, I'll admit, and we may have some Pokemon to talk about this time. We'll see.
But I'll tell you what, I will happily jump on to patreon.com/tabletalkfriday and check out that community because I'm willing to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to go see what's going on, all right? I'm going to go check it out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, try out some new things, guys. Try out some new characters, go meet some new friends, go to the local card shop and play D&D with people there and try out their characters. Say, I'm taking your character sheet with me because I'm going to play this at my table now. Goodbye. And walk away. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Table Talk Friday, where we talked a little bit about comfort zones and a bunch of other things, but you can enjoy more of this fun content on patreon.com/Table Talk Friday, including our entire backlog of post shows too. You can just watch it all there for the low price of $5. But with that, I do need the comfort zone to take me out.
What's going on, guys? My name's Greg. I'm inside the comfort zone. I've recently been trying to break out of the comfort zone. I've been doing some fun things. I've done some cocaine, jumped off a bridge. I think about doing some skydiving and possibly some homicide coming up soon.
Get me out!